day, so I'm not going to do so much talking today. Hopefully you can hear this part. This is a Honda CR-V 2.2 EX diesel manual, finished in black with side steps and rear spoiler, and the private plate comes with the sale of the vehicle. The car is lovely inside and out. Like I said, ordinarily I'd talk through a video. I will do some, and hopefully you can hear it. If not, I do apologise. Coming to the front of the car, completely clear and intact, all the lights and lenses. Bonnet's very clean, hardly stone chip anywhere on there at all. Near side of the vehicle, passenger side, absolutely mirror smooth in the panels. Near side front alloy, unmarked. And the panel work is really, really clean. Near side rear alloy, again, absolutely unmarked. And definitely my favourite angle for the CR-Vs with the spoilers and the side steps. Looks brilliant. Come around the back, really, really clean and tidy. And around to the offside, driver's side, completely smooth again in the panels, no indentations, car parking dinks or otherwise. Offside rear alloy, again, completely unmarked. And the remaining panel work is absolutely lovely. Final alloy, spot on. So again, apologise again, it's getting worse if anything. Finally inside the car, out of the wind, so I do apologise, it was awfully windy out there, but a lovely looking car. Inside, again, absolutely fantastic condition. Dashboard looks pretty much as new. You see there, sat nav working exactly as it should, and if I pop the car into reverse, you get that lovely clear gridded parking camera all working exactly as it should as well. If I press the audio button here as well, hopefully you can see, if you didn't already know, you can actually play DVDs. If I give it a Peter K, there you go. Obviously you've got to be stationary for that to operate, but all working exactly as it should. But sorry, press the right one. Coming down, dual zone climate control system, pumping out lovely cold air. That's what it says, it's been kept really, really nicely. Come across the main dashboard binnacle, take the handbrake off there and show you 70,691 miles, and there are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car, but it really is in fantastic condition in here and externally, if you didn't hear what I was saying outside. Just to quickly show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key, both here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 2.2 EX diesel. This particular car is registered J6JTG, and mileage on the car currently is 70,685 miles. The reason we do these videos is basically so that if anyone's looking at this car online in an advert, they actually get to see that very car in operation. We feel it's really important to do them because unfortunately we know to our cost just how frustrating it can be to go and see a car and travel a long way only to get there and find out when you drive it it's got a fundamental issue which shows up whilst you're test driving the car. So that's why we do it. It's also done on these very quiet country roads close to our premises, and this actually forms part of the road test route that any prospective buyer would go on. And And the reason for that is we hope it then be representative of what you feel yourself should be offered a test drive in the car. The car itself has been very well looked after. It's going to be serviced and checked over by ourselves, and also have a fully independent MOT placed upon it before the car is sold, so will be checked through. So coming to the car itself, in terms of kind of mechanical stuff, engine starts absolutely instantly, of course, settles to completely smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car, and temperature gauge is running as a third, and the car's been running for well over 2 hours now because it's literally just been delivered to us. Could have done without him pulling out in front of me, but that's not going to argue with him, to be fair. But brilliant engines, absolutely brilliant. Very un-diesel-like in the way they sound and feel. And unlike so many turbo diesels, which can be really frustrating, they give the impression of power that you put your foot down, they go, but they tail off really quickly and they get quite coarse. This is absolutely opposite. It's got a really wonderful power delivery. It's, you know, power all the way realistically from just over 1,000 RPM all the way through to the red line, but usable as well. It doesn't tail off horribly, and the engine doesn't become strained and harsh rather. But wonderful units. They've also got, you know, a fantastic reputation for reliability and longevity, which is something you'd expect of Honda. They are cam chain driven, by the way, so no cam belts to worry about on these cars, so no big service looming on them. Engine then feeds through clutch and into gearbox. Clutch on the car, absolutely perfect. Bike point's exactly where it's meant to be, and it's lovely and smooth in operation. The gearbox is simply brilliant on them. Say it in all the CR-V videos, it easily could go in one of Honda's more sporty cars. It's short and throw, it's got a lovely quality of actuation as it goes into gear. The sync mesh is absolutely brilliant. It's too often in SUVs it seems to be an excuse for manufacturers to get away with giving you kind of truck-like gearboxes, you know, big long travel and loads of movement within gear that's absolutely tight in there, and they just don't wear. They just, you know, the gear change feels as it would have done when it was new. As I said, when it's in gear, just wonderfully tight, all the linkage absolutely spot on. Steering of the car, really nicely done by Honda. It also, I'm at the legal limit now virtually, tracks absolutely dead straight. There's no vibrations at all at this speed, or any speed, right up to the legal limit and motorway speeds, because we ask the drivers to check those when they deliver them to us. But it's a really nicely set up power steering because it's really precise and accurate. It allows the car to flow through corners far better than you'd expect of a car this type and size. And it matches the chassis really, really nicely. Because the chassis, what it gives you is a very, very comfortable ride, but one that's adept at, like, corners like that are a classic example. Some SUVs can be quite unwieldy and they can sort of lollop over and everyone's sort of swaying about inside. The CR-V really does go through corners very nicely indeed, because its body control's brilliantly done and the damping of the car is superb. You know, it's not a sports car, far from it, but when you go through corners like this, literally there's minimal body movement and it just absolutely flows beautifully, and so the passengers aren't getting sort of, say, swaying about too much. Also, by the way, no nasty noises coming from underneath the car, no sort of clonks or rattles. Obviously it's going to be checked through the MOT anyway. Brakes on the car, make sure no one's directly behind me, but give a good shove. Really nice powerful brakes on the vehicle, no rumbles or vibrations coming back through the pedal either. Coming inside, first things first, just a beautifully, beautifully built car. They really put these together absolutely sensationally. No squeaks or rattles, nothing at all, and it feels absolutely as new to drive. Every switch has the lovely quality of actuation. It's got a real sort of rubbery click action, beautifully manufactured. Sat nav, as you can see, working absolutely perfectly. Air conditioning pumps out ice cold air. We checked it in the nice warm workshop before setting off to do the video here. And obviously the air conditioning on this model, it's dual zone, so it's different temperatures side to side if you so wish as well, but all working exactly as they should. In fact, every switch that I've pressed thus far has worked exactly as the manufacturer intended. But it's a lovely dashboard because it's kind of low down there, so you've got a view out of the front. I can actually see the front of a bonnet, which is a minor miracle on modern cars. But it's just simple, although very, very well equipped. And it's a dashboard that, you know, after literally a couple of days of driving, everything becomes second nature very, very quickly indeed. This is a four-wheel drive version, albeit Honda worked out immediately that most people will be doing as I am today, just driving in perfectly good conditions. So why have a permanent four-wheel drive system working the whole time? Because all that does is uses up more fuel, puts more mechanical stress on the vehicle, and it's so Honda sort of said basically it just runs in front wheel drive, so it's the most efficient way to pull a car along. Should it need to go into four wheel drive, it does it for you. You do nothing at all, no buttons to press. It just senses the front wheel's losing grip, you know, snow, ice or mud or something, and immediately brings in the rear wheels seamlessly to give you four wheel drive, and it is incredibly efficient. You know, I've got a CR-V exactly like this, albeit an automatic one, and we tow a caravan, and I've never come close to getting stuck with it. It's very, very, very effective. Its simplicity also gives it its reliability, because we've not put a spanner on one in 20 plus years of selling Hondas using this system of four-wheel drive. As I said at the start of the video, the point of it is literally just to show the car in operation. We've sold thousands of CR-Vs, and I used to work at the Honda main dealer, so if there's something amiss whilst driving, you know, we would know. It literally drives as new, and I hate saying that because it's so cliched, but it literally does. It just feels so tight on the road. It's as if it hasn't turned a wheel. It's amazing. As always, if you've got any questions about the car, don't hesitate, do give us a call.